Hey guys, welcome to tutorial 2.1, which is the 11th ActionScript 3 tutorial. Today we're going to be taking a look at what is called FlashPunk. So, what is FlashPunk? That's a good question. First off, let's go to Project, New Project, and select AS3 Project. You see that I have FlashPunk here? And you're like, wait, why don't I have that? Don't worry, we'll get that set up in a little bit, but for now, let's do AS3 and call it Learning FlashPunk. Alright? Remember where you save this, because we're about to open it. I'm actually going to select this and copy it to make our lives a bit easier. So click OK, and you will have a new thing here, and you can just close out all of them and open up the main that belongs to this. And we have all this here like normal. Okay, so what we're actually going to do now is go to we're going to go to FlashPunk's website, which is useflashpunk.net, and I'm getting a message from Jared. Alright, so right here, this is the FlashPunk website, and this will explain what FlashPunk is. FlashPunk is a library that has classes and functions and other things that are available for you to use in your game that make it easy. So you can have a class for an image, and you can have what are called entities, and these entities have collision built in, so you don't ever have to program any collision detection yourself. Motion, audio. You can even do particle effects, and if you want to go based off of like variable frame rate versus like fixed frame rate, you can do that. Input. They even have a debugger. It's fantastic. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click Get FlashPunk. All right, and it'll bring you to this page. It might be a new version of FlashPunk, but right now the current version is 1.7.2. And what we're going to do is download source code, the zip right here, okay? And you could download this SWC, but you have to put that in a bit differently. But I think the easiest one to do is a source code. And plus, then you can look through it if you want. So I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to paste Flash projects. I'm going to go to Learning FlashPunk. So you open up the project that you have and go inside the source, and then save it there, okay? And what we're going to do from here is, once it's done installing, show in folder, and you'll see that it's right next to main.as. Okay, so if you open it up, you'll see that there's a folder in there. So extract here, and then what you're going to do is you're going to grab the... Oh, hey, look at this. Actually, wow, they changed it a bit since I last downloaded it. So what you can do is you can grab the net folder and drag it out here. You can now delete this. And what if we go back here, we'll see that there's now this net FlashPunk folder with all these classes. There's tons of them in here. Yeah, tweens, there's even more. So these are all classes that we can use inside of our game. So it's super nice to have all these. But what we're going to do first, before we do that, is set this up correctly. So I want you to cut the zip file. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into our computer, the C drive, or wherever you installed Flash Develop. So typically it's program files x86, which means 32-bit, and we're going to go under Flash Develop, Projects, and you're going to see that there's all these projects in here, okay? So what you can do is you can paste it in here, and then you extract here, but right now it's not set up correctly. So what you want to do is you want to grab the name of one of these. I typically grab AS3 project, which is 120, and then I rename it so it's 125. I'm just going to do 124 because I already have 125, which is mine. And oops. And then 124, and then you can call it FlashPunk 1.7.2 project. And then when you go to project, new project, you'll see that it's right here. And that will, in the future, make it so you don't have to ever download it again. Like, if you just do new project, it'll automatically have net in here, and it'll be all set up for you. So yeah, now I have 2 of these, which isn't a biggie. I'm gonna check this one out and see if it's better than mine, because I did some custom stuff to mine. So let's factor this out and make it nice. Okay, so delete everything, pretty much. So FlashPunk makes it so we don't ever have to touch the really low level action script sprites or movie clips or any of that stuff. We just use FlashPunk stuff for the most part until you start getting kind of intermediate, and then you can use it a lot once you get really advanced with it. So main does not extend sprite, but instead it extends engine. So what we're going to do first is import net net.flashpunk.engine, and that's not working for whatever reason. Oh, there we go. Okay, it just needed a second to think, I guess, because it is here. So what we're doing here is we're importing. You need to go to the net folder, and then the FlashPunk folder, and then it's inside engine. And basically each folder here, if we open up engine, you'll see that it says package net.flashpunk. And that's basically a package that resembles its directory. And the reason why you have that is you could have 2 classes with the same name, actually. You could create your own engine in here. Let's say that you're making a car game and you want a class for engine. You could create an engine there, and then what you would do to differentiate between them, you would say this extends net.flashpunk.engine. So that package allows you to create multiple classes, but they have to be inside different packages, which means they're different things. So that's one of the nice things about ActionScript. So today's tutorial is going to be really short and just not even that interesting. But what we're going to do is, first off, if you go up to project, I'm sure I showed you this last time in the first ActionScript 3 tutorial or the second, you can change your dimensions here. So you see it's 600 or 800 by 600. The background color is pure white, and the frame rate is 30 FPS. Okay, I want you to change nothing. Okay, so now engine. If we try running this, it might run. It probably won't. Yep. No default constructor found in base class. So what it's saying is engine, its constructor, which we learned what a constructor was in the last series, the 9th tutorial. It doesn't have a default constructor, meaning that you have to put something in here. And because main is now an engine, we have to call engine's constructor. So we have to put in a width. And even though the width was 800, we're going to put in 640. And then the height, which was 600, we're going to put in 480. Frame rate, let's do 30. And fixed, we will just omit that. So now if we run it, what we're going to see is that FlashPunk initializes itself to the size that we said. However, since the project up here, the properties were 800 by 600, the actual window that pops up is different. And that also, if you were to export this, the export would also be the size with the actual FlashPunk being that size. So one more thing that we can do quick. We're not actually going to be starting our game today, really. But if you do 400 by 300, that's exactly 1/4 of the screen, because it's half the height, half the width. So what you can do here is we're going to use our second FlashPunk class. If you Control D up here, you can duplicate lines, and we're going to call this one FP. And FP is short for FlashPunk, and I don't know why that's not updating. Open up FP and then close it. There we go. I don't know what's going on with my Flash develop. So if you have that issue, just open up another file and whatever. So we can access the screen here through fp.screen, and these are kind of global variables and functions that you can use throughout the entire program. And some of them alter FlashPunk and some of them don't. So if we oh my goodness. So I gotta open up screen now to make sure that it knows what a screen is. Okay. So screen, also if you ever are like this and you want that thing to pop up, it's control space. There's tons of stuff that we can get, but what we're looking for is scale. So if we scale this times 2, what will happen is that it'll scale it so it's now 800 by 600, but it's actually not. It's still 400 by 300. Just every pixel inside of our program is 2 pixels inside of this window. So using this, you can create pixely games. Like you could do even smaller, like 200 and 150, and blow it up times 4, which would mean that every 4x4 pixel square on the screen would be the equivalent to 1 pixel in the actual thing. But we'll see more of that next time when we start working with images. So that's the end of today's tutorial. All that we are really doing is implementing FlashPunk, making sure it runs. If you have any issues with this, leave a comment and I can help you out. But this is your intro to FlashPunk, and next time we're going to put an image in our game, see how beautifully simple that is, and then we will also take a look at the hierarchy. And then from there on, we'll go through the rest of the FlashPunk tutorials and create our first game. Pretty exciting. This is Brett, Indie Tutorials. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.